Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea. I'm a real estate agent in Los Angeles. Recently, I get a lot of friends that ask me questions regarding should I rent or should I buy? So let's talk about renting a home. What are some of the benefits that you can think of when it comes to renting? For me, when I think about renting, you're paying a monthly rent to your landlord or property management company. You don't have to prepare a large upfront cost versus when you're buying a home, you kind of have to save up for a down payment. Maybe you need $20,000 or $100,000 or sometimes $200,000 for a down payment. But in the renting case, you just need to pay a deposit. You just have to have enough for a deposit. And when you're paying rent, you don't have to think about interest on the mortgage or property taxes that hits every year, twice a year, and insurance costs and maintenance costs. Say the roof is leaking or the AC is not working, you don't have to fix it yourself. Usually your landlord will take care of that. But of course, you wouldn't ask your landlord to change a light bulb for you. The third benefit that I can think of is for a lot of people like me, we're still in the early stage of our career. And a lot of us get relocated to other states or other cities. And when you do move to another place, if you're renting a home, you don't have to worry about selling it. So let's talk about the cons in terms of renting. Yes, although you're paying this monthly payment to the landlord, you are building equity for his or her house instead of your own. The money is kind of thrown away per se, versus if you own the property, you would be building equity for yourself. And in terms of renovating it, changing the design of the property, you don't really have the freedom of doing that because it's not your home. You can't really change the design of the kitchen or remodel the bathrooms, etc. And lastly, in some areas, actually owning a home makes a lot more sense than renting because the monthly mortgage could be a lot lower than your monthly rent. But of course, it depends on where you are and how much homes are in the area. Okay, so now let's talk about owning a house. Earlier, we talked about rent going towards your landlord's home equity. So now, if you're owning your own home, then the money that you're paying, of course, is going towards your home equity. So financially speaking, the money you're paying is not just going away. It's slowly helping you build equity on the house. And later on, if your equity grows, you can borrow against it. So actually, a lot of people do that. Say 5 years down the line, they want to do a major remodel, or some people even need that money to send their kids to college, and their home actually happened to increase in value. So a lot of people do a cash out to borrow against that mortgage they had borrowed 5 years ago and take out a good amount of money. Most people have a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, so financially speaking, it's more predictable. Your monthly payment is fixed if you have that type of loan, so you can budget better versus when you're renting a home, your rent is increasing, and sometimes if you move to a new place, the rent might be a lot higher than what you used to pay, so there's less predictability in that sense. I don't know if a lot of you know, but there are a lot of tax credits that you can apply when you pay for your mortgage and property taxes. So I'm not a CPA, but I would encourage you to talk to your tax professional and get more information on that. So that's another benefit of owning your own home. Then some of my friends tell me, oh, I don't have that much money to put down a house. I don't have $100K just sitting there. I tell them there are a lot of lenders that we work with, and there are a lot of loan programs out there. Some programs allow you to only have 3 or 5% of the purchase price down, and the rest you can borrow as a loan. And some programs have even 0% down. So my plan is to do another video with one of our lenders in the coming weeks, so we can go over that in details, laying out different programs and putting out the requirement on how you can qualify. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna have another video about different loan programs. Earlier we talked about the freedom to renovate on a home. So since you're an owner now, you can do whatever you want to your house. You can, change out the interior, exterior, and your yard. But of course, sometimes if you live in a condo or a townhome with an HOA, you have to get approval if you're trying to do something with the landscaping or the front yard. It just really depends on your community and HOA rules. And lastly, I would say owning a home gives a lot of pride of ownership, which is really important for me. I do see a lot of value in owning my own house, and because I enjoy the freedom of doing different things to the house and not having to get approval from the landlord whether or not I can have people over or if I can change anything. So if I'm in the financial stage where I can buy a home, I would always do that. But after all, it really depends on your personal situation of where you are in your life and if it makes financial sense for you. So that's my take on renting versus buying a home. If you want to see more real estate related content, please hit the subscribe button below, and I'll see you next time.